Question 30, we've got some standard deviations and some medians to find here. So we've got how many? We've got 32 people here. So the median is going to be the 16th one. Well, you can clearly see we've already got 14. So we need another 2 in that group there. So that is 2/7 of that group. That group is 5 wide. 2/7 of 5. Add the lower end. 2/7 of 5. Add 5. I make that 6.43. Estimate the standard deviation. So you need the standard deviation formula, which is in your formula books. It's you add up all the squareds, divided by how many they are, and take away the mean squared. That's the variance. Square root it to get the standard deviation. And we've got all these numbers already. So we've got 2700.5 divided by the 32. Take away 246.5 divided by 32 squared, square rooted, and tapping all that in, well, it's very close to 5. It's 5.004. So I'm going to put it just as 5. Now, for some reason, this teacher decided to code all of these times. These weren't the real times. She'd subtracted 10 and divided by 2. Yeah, don't ask why. So to uncode them, we need to times by 2 and then add the 10. So that's what we'll do to this one here. We'll times it by 2 and then add the 10. So that's going to be, what's 12, 22.86, isn't it? So 22.86 for the mean of that one. And what they're testing here is that you know that when you subtract 10 to something, the spread doesn't change. These numbers here are spread out like that. If I drag them all this way over here, 10, they're still spread out exactly the same. The minus 10 didn't change it. The divided by 2 did, so we're going to have to times this by 2, and that makes 10 for that one there. In an earlier video, we showed you that the variance would have changed not by 2, but by 2 squared. But the standard deviation just changes times by 2. So that's that part there. And you think you're done, but I mean, this last part is a little bit silly. They've got to complete the test in 16 minutes. Now that's 16 real minutes. You've got to uncode that. And of course the code was we subtracted 10 and divided by 2. So if you subtract 10 and divide by 2, it means we're trying to find out how many people took less than 3 minutes. Well, these 3 people took less than 3 minutes. And you notice that group there has got 3 minutes in it there. So 1/3 of those. So we got the first 3 and 1/3 of those. They all took less than 3 minutes to do this thing. Now, that is out of the 32 people that took it. The 32 people that took this test. So we can figure out what percentage took this test. That actually did it. We got about 20.8% of people that took this test did it in less than 16 minutes. Now, assuming that the other test is of a standard sort of difficulty, a similar difficulty, big assumption there, then we could expect that 20.8% of these 45 people would be able to do it in less than 16 minutes. So 45 times by 0.208, and that gives 9.4 students. Now, teacher wanted 10 students, so the answer's saying no, because 9.4 is less than 10. I'm saying don't be silly, that's pretty close. But the maths there, I mean, it's a complicated way of putting a question to do with linear interpolation for there and coding.